course, there's a train right when I start. Hello friends, my name is Lakin Carter and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a new La Coiffe flavor. It's called apricot. Highly recommend. So I am doing my first Q&A on my YouTube channel. How do I feel about that in my heart? Grateful, loved, genuinely happy, filled with joy. Anyways, I actually am excited to do a Q&A. Nobody asked me to do a Q&A, I just wanted to do one. So I put a question and answer box on my Instagram stories last week for anybody to type a question in, and I got lots of fun questions. So I'm so excited that I actually got questions, it worked out, and I'm doing this Q&A. I have no idea how long this Q&A is going to be. Also, I just feel very pale, but that's probably because it's the middle of the winter. Anyways, let's get into it. Alright, so the first question is, what made you want to start a YouTube channel? Okay, so I've always been into watching YouTube videos. Like literally, I remember when YouTube first came out and my really poor internet quality, me and my sister would like find the YouTube video that we would want to watch. We'd have to wait for it to dial into the internet, wait for it to download because our internet was so slow, and then watch the YouTube video. So I've always liked YouTube videos. I've always followed along with different vloggers and YouTubers. So last year when lockdown happened and I was home for pretty much all of March and April, all of my creative outlets were cut short. I started a fitness Instagram account and started posting videos onto my fitness account. And I had a bunch of people asking me if I could upload them onto YouTube just because Instagram isn't the best platform to like watch longer workout videos. I just figured it was a great transition to kind of start my YouTube channel. I was confident in my workouts and I was confident that people wanted to see them on YouTube because I had a couple of people ask. It was a huge learning process, first of all, to start a YouTube channel. Way harder than I thought initially. But since then I just kind of got into the habit of uploading my fitness content, and I really enjoy posting videos like this and vlogs as well. So it just kind of was like a natural transition. But I definitely thank quarantine and self-isolation for spurring it on. Okay, what made you, or how did you know you wanted to get into acting? So on all of my like bios for my, whenever I'm in a show or something, you have to write a bio, and I always have in there, my first stage was my parents' coffee table, like when I was 2 years old. I just love performing, I love acting, I love singing, I loved the stage ever since I was in Christmas pageants as like a kid growing up to being more involved in theater. My cousin, my sister, and I used to make these super cringy, actually YouTube videos that were like dramatized music videos and like all of that, and I would always want to be like the star of the movie. Like I love acting. I love that outlet of pouring yourself into another character and like learning their nuances and then just telling somebody else's story while experiencing the emotions that they're going through and like becoming that character. I don't know how to describe it. It sounds probably super nerdy and like really artsy, but I just really like acting. I've always been interested in it and I've always done it, and honestly this stretch is the longest time that I haven't been on a stage. The stage is going to be a part of my life for forever and always has been. So I can't really say how I got into it because I've always been into it. But yeah. Okay, do you regret getting your hair short? No, I do not regret getting my hair cut short. My hair actually right now is really long. It's actually horrible because I haven't been able to go to the hairdresser since I think November, and for short hair that's a long time ago. I really need to get it cut, but I don't regret it, not for a second. Okay, how do you stay so upbeat and positive? Which is always a very interesting question because guys, guess what? Surprise, surprise, I'm not always upbeat and I'm not always positive. I definitely have my negative days, and I feel like 2020 and 2021 really brought out the pessimist inside of me, which I really don't like and am not comfortable with. I would say that I am an optimistic person. I struggle with anxiety, and I have days where I'm just like, nothing is going right. I have weeks where I feel down in the dumps and not upbeat, not positive. But the thing with social media and with YouTube is that often we don't share those parts of our lives, which I don't think is wrong. It's a very vulnerable place to be. So often we don't want to share that level of vulnerability with the entire world. But being positive and humor and comedy are ways that I cope with that. So even if I am feeling down, I sometimes like to just laugh at stuff or make jokes, because that's how I make myself happy again, and I like to make other people happy. So I guess if I appear always positive and upbeat, it's because even if I'm not always, it's how I deal with being not as positive, if that makes sense. Okay, how did you get into modeling and signing with an agency? So like I said in the first question about acting, I've always kind of been into it. I've always been into modeling as well. I did a few gigs even as a kid. I've always liked the camera. But in November of 2019, I started looking into acting, modeling, all of that kind of stuff a little bit more seriously, as less of a, oh well, find a gig here, find a gig there, find a gig there, and really wanting to look for an agency. So I sent my application. I had to, like, you make a resume, you get headshots, all of that kind of stuff. I sent my application and wrote letters to probably, I'm not even joking you, like 20 different agencies in Toronto. Just basically being like, I have not very much experience and I'm new to this industry as a professional, please take me on, fingers crossed. And of those 20 applications, I heard back from 2 different agencies. So I had a meeting with one of them. It wasn't the agency that I was kind of hoping, but at that point I was just so happy to have a response that I went to the meeting and signed with them immediately. I won't disclose the name of that agency because then later in June I was really frustrated with how they were handling, just the level of communication just wasn't great with that agency. So I actually ended up terminating the contract that I had with them in June of 2020, and just kind of was like, well, I'm getting enough like freelance jobs, plus like I'm kind of busy right now, it's all good. I was planning on starting my YouTube channel and I was like, it's fine. I don't really need that right now. There will always be opportunities that I can grab onto. And then fast forward until the fall, I got scouted by the agency that I'm currently with right now. So I ended up having a Zoom call with them, and on the Zoom call, my agent was like, okay, well, these are the contract terms and conditions, like, can you sign like today? And I was like, oh my gosh, absolutely. And so yeah, so now I'm with that agency. But I would say just like, you just have to put yourself out there, and you just have to, like, I ended up getting scouted by this agency, but if you want to get represented, there is representation out there. You just have to like really be annoying. Okay, how old are you? I am 25 years old. I just turned 25 in December. On December 25th, I turned 25. It was my champagne birthday, and I celebrated it by being at home with Isaac and drinking some champagne. Okay, next question. Okay, just realized you are married. When did you get married? Yes, I am married. I'm 25 and married. So Isaac, who you've probably seen in vlogs or on my Instagram, is my husband. And we got married in 2016. So we were super young. I was 20, he was 21. And yeah, we're still married. This one, okay, this one's good and hard. What is your go-to Starbucks drink? I feel like I have so many. Okay, but I would say my go-to Starbucks drink, if I'm just like, yeah, when I like go to Starbucks, is a grande blonde roast with 2 inches of steamed almond milk and a sprinkle of cinnamon. I like it, that's my fave. Okay, another Isaac question. How did you and Isaac meet? Maybe I should do like a couples Q&A all about me and him that he can be in on. Don't tell him yet, he hates being in front of the camera. But we actually never met because we've always known each other. That probably sounds weird, but like literally I don't remember not knowing him. We probably met when we were like a week old because our moms were friends. Isaac's mom actually used to teach my mom piano, so I'm assuming we met when we were 1 week old. That's just in my head, that's when we met. This question says, what's your YouTube channel about? You should watch it. LOL, what's the tea on your reservation? Try again. What's the tea on your renovation? You're hiding the goods. Reveal it. So you'll be happy to know that I actually have a whole vlog that I'm making about my renovation, and that's why I'm disclosing it, because I want it to be finished before I do the grand reveal so that that vlog is actually useful and not just like, we already know all about this, like, move on. So details coming soon. I'm just waiting on a few pieces to arrive, but as soon as those come, it's pretty much done. I'll do the reveal, I'll do the vlog. You'll know everything, don't you worry. What is your favorite late night snack? Oh, so many. I'm such a great late night snacker. Probably popcorn. Popcorn is like the most consistent, most delicious late night snack that I love and I've always loved. Okay, coffee or tea? Coffee. I love tea, but coffee. If I had to pick, absolutely. Ooh. Okay, spill some tea about an unpopular subject. I feel like there is such a danger in what I'm about to say, because hopefully I don't get canceled for this. But okay, let me see how I can phrase this. The vegan community is toxic. Not veganism. If you are a vegan, I have mad respect for you. But coming from somebody who was vegan for 2 years and got completely sucked into just the toxic atmosphere of the vegan community, that is my tea. That is my unpopular opinion on veganism. And I can do like a whole story time on that, but I'll leave it at that. Vegans, don't come at me. I appreciate your veganism. I just don't appreciate your community at large. What are you watching these days? I just finished The Queen's Gambit and I'm so sad because that's literally the best show that I've seen in a long time. I watch a lot of stuff because I like to have noise on in the background. I have to fall asleep to noise. I'm just like a noise person. Like if I'm editing, I always have something on in the background. But it's really hard for me to really get into a show. So Queen's Gambit and Broadchurch. I don't know if any of you have watched that, but that's one of my favorite shows ever. The Crown, very good. I like BBC stuff. Okay, and I'll do one more. How did you and Aaron and Dana become so close? I find it so hard to make new friends. And aw, you guys like are so cute. So anyways, long story short, I moved to Canada in 2016. I used to live in the States. Originally Canadian, I just moved there when I was a kid. At that time, Erin owned a yoga studio with her sister, and it was 5 minutes from my house, and I started going to the yoga studio, so that's how I met Erin. How I met Dana is we just had like a lot of mutual friends, and I feel like I went to like this workshop one time that was all about like growing your confidence, and Dana was there, and I had already known about her from just like seeing her on different Instagram stories, and we kind of connected there. And then when I started working at Lululemon in 2019, we really clicked and became really good friends. And then Dana and Erin also knew each other just from like mutual friends and everything like that. And it wasn't until this, or not this year, I guess last year, that we started hanging out, the three of us, and we just like really clicked. We get along super well together, just have a blast. But for the second part of your question that says I find it so hard to make new friends, my heart just like goes out to you because making new friends can be really tricky. I moved around a lot when I was a kid, and even moving here as an adult, like moving to Canada, I knew some people from when I left as like a child, but it's not the same connection with them, and making new friends can be really hard, especially because making friends is like a very vulnerable thing to do, especially as an adult. But I would just say keep on being your genuine self. The right people will find you at the right time, honestly. At the time of my life where Erin and Dana and I just kind of started hanging out together, I was just like, wow, this is such a clear sign from the universe that the right people will find you at the right time. And it takes sometimes a lot of like bad relationships with friends to make you know what you need in a friend, and you will get your friends, you will get your circle. But yeah, that's kind of how we became so close. And I was actually talking to them the other night, and I mentioned that I got this question, and I was like, how cute would it be to do a best friend like TMI Q&A? So I think they were down, and we'll have to do one of those for the channel because I feel like that would be super cute. So more on that later. But I think that's all of the questions I'm gonna answer for today. I hope that you guys have enjoyed watching it, maybe learned a little bit more about me. If you have any other questions for me, feel free to type them in the comment section. I'm sure I'll do plenty more of these Q&A videos. If you don't follow my channel, please feel free to hit that red subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up, a like, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, you can go ahead and follow the link in the... Ow, I just hit myself in the head. You can follow the link in the description box below that goes to my Instagram account. But that is all for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!